Hello, 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 and welcome to the Aligned Soul Woo and the Do podcast. Today, I'm really excited. I have the most amazing guest. Her name is Alicia, and she is a French mindset and business coach who focuses on storytelling and mindset work to help her clients 5x her revenue. She really helps women to amplify their storytelling to create six-figure businesses. And today, we are talking about how to show up unapologetically. This is huge. And so I know everyone listening, you guys are so successful. And there is that little piece of even amping up your unapologetic, don't F with me nature. And today we are going to tell you how to do it. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Alicia, would you tell everyone a little bit more about you before we start telling them how to amplify their voice?
So thank you so much. So thank you for this introduction because I have no words. So thank you so much so how I can speak about me. So this one is very funny because when people see me, they will say, oh my God, she shifts to 360 degree. Because if you know me, I start with a background that's a scientist. I did a PhD in immunology. And when I say to my family, okay, thank you so much. After my postdoc in Canada, I want to open my own online business. They are like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? And I say, but you know, you have a good life. Oh my God, you have this amazing job and everything. And I say, yes, but it was not me. So what I did, I say, thank you so much. I know that you are scared, but I will open my online business. And I decided to do that because I remember when I was in Canada, in London, Ontario, going to work, I was crying all the time. When I go to my work, to my job for 5 minutes by working, I was crying all the time. And you put a facade, you put a mask, and each time that I have a new idea, my boss tell me, "Oh no, you need to wait, or maybe you can give this idea for the other person." And I say, I don't want to have the life that I need to ask the permission to start my project. So I decided first to start my business in French because I am French, I live in Paris, and I start with my own field, which is, when you start like a baby entrepreneur, you say, oh, I will start to do some emotional eating, blah, blah, blah. And I start my podcast, and in 1 year, I have 5,000 downloads. But all my clients was entrepreneur, and they are female entrepreneur, and they're telling me, oh my God, you have amazing result. Can you help me to grow my business and everything? And I was like, the little voice that is telling you that I don't have a background on marketing, so I can help you. And what I did is really to start to tell them what I am doing, and they're making results. At this time, also, they're losing weight and stop binge eating. And I was like, oh my God. And it was funny because at this time, my coach told me that you know that you want to be a mindset and business coach. You just don't want to be an emotional coach or nutrition coach. And I say, yes, but you still have this little voice telling you that is not possible. And in 2022, I realized that I need to stop to lie myself and really going for it. So what I did, and it was slowly step, I start to incorporate in my podcast, in my French podcast, to talk about mindset and business. And I can guarantee you this year of 2022, I obtained 10,000 downloads because I did this shift. And I was like, oh my God, is that and everything. But what I say also, it was last year on November 2023, I get sick.
Mm.
And I feel like it was the universe of God telling me that you are not 100% in your business because you are still listening other people telling you how to run your business. And I stopped, I get sick. And I was like, okay, let's come back to the roots. What do you really, really love? And I remember it was my sister telling me, You need to write. You love to write. And I started a blog, and I did not know about all the blog in 2016. And I have many people coming into my world. And it was not talking about the business and everything. And I said, let's come back to the road. I will work. So, and I remember this month, it was my best month that I have sailing. And on my Medium blog, I have, and I was writing in English, 100 people coming in 1 month. And I was like, oh my God, is that? And I was people asking me to work with them, to work in their journal and everything without asking, oh, can I work with you? No, they are coming to me. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, this is for me, I need to stop to listen other people and to be 100% in. And I start to attract clients. I start to attract a big community that is very engaged on my different platforms, even if I was like, oh, before I was thinking, oh, my follower is so small. No, it's not small. It just means that I don't listen myself because I was listening other people telling you, oh, you need to go there, you need to do that. But I was losing my power. So yeah.
Oh my goodness, that story, everything about what you said, it really is going to feed so well into unapologetically
Mhm.
showing up and unapologetically being yourself. And what I love most is, like you said, I started a life, I had the PhD, I was in, scientist, I was going to work every day, but I knew that that wasn't my where I needed to be. You
Mhm.
were crying, you were like, oh my God, this is just not it. This ain't it. And
Yeah.
you decided to do something that everyone else, Lord bless them, they were afraid for. And you were
Yes.
like, look, I know you care about me. You're not trying to tell me not to do this because you don't love me. You're saying this because you want to protect me, and I don't need protection. And
Yeah.
so just from that moment, you stepped in your own power and you were like, I am going to do this my way. And
Mhm.
then you just kept growing and building, and like you were compounding, right? Every step was compounding and compounding to the point where you're like, I am not listening to anyone else. I am just going to do this my way. I'm going to talk about the topic I want to talk about, and I'm going to show up. And so I love that. And what I would love to ask is, you've shown yourself in your story how important it was to your results, to your revenue, like to everything about you showing up unapologetically, talking about business and mindset, not with the topics that everyone knew you for. And
Mhm.
do you have any other examples of times when you had to just really dig down and show up despite what other people were saying, or despite the results, or despite what's happening, outside of you?
Yes. So I remember when I think it was in December 2023. I remember that I all my friends telling me, oh, you need to get a job, you need to get a job. And I was like, yes, it's fine, but I don't want to get a job because I know that it's not for me. And I remember I watched this video of one woman on TikTok tell that, oh, I want to I want to change my life in 2024, and I will just go ahead and just change one habit. So what I did, I said, okay, I will stop to focus on the data. I will stop to focus on about what people think about me, what my family think about me, because I feel like everything is externalization, and sometimes your inner voice is not your voice, it's really the voice of your family, of your friend, because they are scared, of course, but they are not in my reality. In my reality, I already have, sorry, a six-figure business. I already have what I want. So what I did is I say, okay, let's come back to the roots, let's come back to my health. I will start to losing weight. So what I did the first week of December, I don't believe of the to make resolution or something. I say I will just change one habit. So I will go to the gym one times, and after two times, three times, and I started to losing weight. And I remember I was like, oh, I want to lose weight, and I was like, okay, stop to focus about the weight and just go to the habit. So I go 4 times to the gym. I start to eat healthy, and I was losing weight. And it was not about really about losing weight. It was really about if I can just do a step at a time, I can do the same thing on my business. It's like, I don't care about the follower. I will really care about create a strong relationship with my current following. So what I did at the same time, I said, okay, I will come back to the road, writing and talking about my podcast, because I also have a podcast in English. And I start to share my journey on building a business, and also talking about, oh, I have this and this in terms of my mindset. I know that I had a burnout, something like that. So I share about what I'm doing to heal in my burnout, what I am doing to build my business, what I am currently doing to grow my podcast. And I can guarantee you, I start to attract people into my world, because I stop to listen other people telling you, oh, you just need to talk about one niche. And I am not the type of person talking about one niche. I know that my clients, my audience are multi-passionate people, and they are multi-dimensional problem. And there's just no stick to about talking about one thing. And when I share about that, I can guarantee you, even if you don't see the result right now, and you are thinking, oh, maybe it's not for you or something like that, is it for you? Because if I remember, if you are thinking, oh, I don't have yet all the results that you really want, it's not about the date, it's about to build the movement and to show up every day 100% better than yesterday. And I remember that, and I do the comparison with losing weight, because I was thinking, of course, I want to continue to lose weight, but I'm not focusing about the date. I'm focusing to build a habit and do, okay, I go into the gym, I eat well, blah, blah, blah. I go into the work, or I do my meditation, something like that. And it's the same for my business. I say, oh, I do it this, I do it that, I do it this, because I want to be the model for the woman who say, oh, I want to be her. And my goal is, I want that my woman, my dream client say, it's possible for me. She comes to the different background as me, but she did it. And she does also, she does it in English and is not a native English. Oh my God, she did it. She did it. I want to influence that to the people that listen, that everything is possible. It's just your mind sometimes telling you that it's not possible, but is it possible? I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I love that story, and it hits home so well because as of today, I am 70 pounds down from about a year ago. And what I did was I decided that it was time for me to release the weight, but I worked on before that loving myself, showing up, and not letting the weight be the one to stop me from, really taking up space and being online. And what's important is that it doesn't matter how you do it, weight changes, if you use medication or whatever, it really does still take the steps, the one step at a time. It takes the walking outside, the eating right, the drinking more water, and all of those things. If you can turn your mindset to be like, I am going to do that in one area, you can do it in any other area. And to me, showing up unapologetically online, it really means that you are allowing yourself to be yourself without
Yeah.
any walls, without any like preconceived notions, without any things where you're feeling like you're lying to your audience or you're not truly showing them your sides. One of the funny things, I came from corporate, I was a corporate executive for a very long time. And there was always that corporate you versus the you with your family, right? You had to show yourself or carry yourself in a different way than being all of you online, and it's very different online. It is necessary for you to be all you because that's the only way your soul fractal will find you. That's the only way that people will feel your energy and be like, she's the one for me, or they're the one for me. And so, what I love about what you're saying is that if you can change your mindset in one area, you can already prove to yourself that you can change it in another area. You just need to decide, go back to the basics, go back to your why, go
Yeah.
back to the reason why you want to do this. And that is what's going to help you do that. And so, what's one of the first things that you tell your clients, like if they are having some fear of talking about a specific topic, like you changed from one topic to going to business and mindset, or let's say if they are, have been talking about that part of their business for a while, but there's this one topic that is for them very scary to talk about. What are some of the ways that you work with them to help them move out of that fear?
So it's funny because I did that last week with one of my clients, and I have my formula, which is the 5 connections of the femininity, which talk about the mindset, the environment, the relationship with your body, your relationship with the feminine energy. And also the last one is relationship of abundance, the relationship with money. Sometimes when you are so afraid to share something, is the thing that you will make so much money because it's your truth. And the problem that you are thinking that, oh, I will don't share that because people will think that, oh, it's too much, it's too. So what I come back is really come back to say, your dream client is you 6 months, 1 year ago. What do you really need? You don't need to have a specific magical pill. Sometimes one video will change because they come back to the basic. And the basic is a fear that you are scared to share. And I will give you an example. For example, my client, um, she is a gut healer. So she talk about all the gut and everything. And she was scared because she was thinking, oh, but I want that my client is not only talking about the diet and everything. I want to work on the mindset, but I am scared about that people are thinking, oh, it's because of when I started to have, for example, the symptom of my disease, it was because I have this moment with my family. So what I say to her, I say, maybe if you are not ready to do that right now, maybe just do a parallelism. That's something that is very close about that you are ready to share. And I already do that in my podcast, because on my podcast, people are telling me, oh my God, I know you. But people don't know me because I just share something that is very personal, but is a whole version of me. So people are thinking, oh, yes, it's you, but no, it's a whole version of me, because they need to hear that in order to trust me. And sometimes people are thinking, oh, I need to share something that is right now. No, you don't need to share something that is right now. You just need to share something that you already passed, that is close, that you are feeling right now, that you say, oh, but if somebody asks me the question, I already hear about that. But it's so close that you are feeling right now that people will say, oh, and you don't feel like an imposture or something that you like to your following, because you already heal this part. So let's give me an example. For me, I was talking about feeling that I don't feel enough, for example. So I was thinking, I did an episode about, oh, I remember when I started my business on emotionality, I was thinking that I need to have a certificate in order to be proud or to give my price. And I realize right now that it doesn't matter. You just need, people just want to have the solution. So right now, even if I don't have a background on marketing and everything, I know in my heart that I triple or sometimes my clients 10 times their result, because my way to see the things with my background on PhD give me that I am the one. So if I am the one, so why you are not the one? Because me, for example, I did a PhD. So what is your superpower? My superpower is I did a PhD in immunology, and I know that everything is related. So what is your superpower? What is yours? And sometimes we are thinking that, oh, I need to hide something, but maybe don't hide, but just reconnect with something that you already healed, that you are ready to share. And when you will heal the one that uh, you want to share, I can guarantee you it will make you money. And all the time when I did that with my clients, that I reframe their fear, they make a ton of money, because it's one thing that their client need to buy and stay for the long run, of course.
That is so true. The one thing, usually it's the one thing that you need is the thing that you're teaching, right? It's the
Yeah.
thing that you're leading your audience in. And when you get even close, like like you said, it's about sharing from the scar, not the wound. I know there's a lot of people that love to share in the moment, and that's where their magic is, right? They share when they're in the moment, when they're going through it, and all of that stuff. And then for some other people, it's better for them to share once it's healed. They can look back at it. They can be like, oh, what did I learn out of this? And how do I want to communicate that to my audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I love about, what you said is like you can even pick something that is similar to
Mm-hmm.
what you want to say to even give you the power, like take those baby steps to it and go,
Yeah.
so that you will have the strength and you'll have the confidence to say, okay, yes, I'm ready to talk about this now. And
Mm-hmm.
so one of the most important things also when we're thinking about showing up unapologetically and we have a topic that we know we're meant to speak about, like you said, that is where the money is going to be. That is where the audience is going to be. And I always say when you have a feeling that I want to say this so bad, this is something that I want to say, it's because like there is your audience and they're asking for it. They're praying for it. They're manifesting you and saying that. And the quicker you get to being like, forget it. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care what what other audience say or other people say. I'm just going to say it and allow yourself to say what's on your heart. Then you'll realize like you have to go through the fear. If you don't go through the fear, then it's going to stay there. But when you go through it, you do the thing that's scary, then you're like, oh, nothing happened. It's not that scary anymore. Then you just keep talking about all the things. And so one of the things that I want anyone who's watching this and that's nervous, yes, take the baby steps, start saying, talking about something that you've been through that's very close to get your confidence up. And then I say bulldoze through that mother. Like bulldoze through it. Just do it, because the reason why you are here is because you're a leader. The reason why you're listening to this is because you're self-led. The reason why you're here, like you said, you had to decide you're the one. And so if you're the one, that means you're the only one that can have that conversation. And if you're not having that conversation, then you are robbing your audience of the same conversation that they've been praying for over and over again. And who are you to rob them of what you're meant to share? And so pull the band-aid off, go and do it. And then the more you do that, the less fear you'll have. But you got to go through it. You got to go through it.
Yeah,
So good.
it's so true. And also what I want to add is sometimes we are I remember like for a few months ago, I was looking for content and I was like, why I'm looking for content? I just need to create the one that I don't find. And sometimes we are thinking, oh, when we scroll on social media and try, because we are thinking, oh, this is my favorite coach, so maybe I will pick up some hook or something. You don't need that. What I say, and maybe it will be controversial, but okay, it doesn't matter, because when your dream client will read, the hook will already say, oh my God, she is in my head. And of course, hook is nice, but I feel like you need to find the perfect hook. What I say to my dream client to stop to overthinking their content, and when they are scared to share what they really want to share, is really think about your dream client. Think about you 6 months ago. What type of content do you craving to find, but you don't find? And you say, oh, let's settle for a little bit. No, you are not here anymore to settle for a little bit, to have a closed version. And it's for that that I see so much good coach that stick to 2K, 3K, and don't scale because they are thinking, oh, I am afraid. You are not afraid. You are just afraid for the person that you will be, because you know that you have so much potential. You are not afraid that, oh, I will be too much. No, you are afraid that, I don't know if my parents or my family will handle that I have level up. And I always say that to my clients. I say, you are not scared to be big or to disrupt your community, because they already sign up. And if they leave, they don't buy. So we don't care. You are scared that, oh my God, my family, my environment will say, who the fuck they are. Hey, you are you. You are you. You
Mm.
are the prize. So if they can handle, I'm sorry, but it's okay, because you are the crazy woman that you think you are, because I am sure when you are child, you're telling yourself, and I remember when I look in the mirror for me, I was thinking, I want to help people. I want to be somebody that tell me, oh my God, you changed my life. I want to be like a doctor. So of course I have a PhD, so I am a doctor, but I really want to be a doctor for my client right now. I want to be like, oh my God, I hear your story and my life changed. It's possible. I want to hear that every day, and it's possible for you. Remember when you are child, and I can guarantee you tell me you don't tell, oh, I will don't say that because no. If you don't say that because it's because your parents tell you that you are too low, but why now you are an adult, so be loud.
Yes, be loud. I love that so much. And it's so important too. I remember, I think about some of my most successful clients. And so I just interviewed one of my clients. She hit $1 million in April. And one of her biggest aha moments was when she decided to be her unique self. And when she's they call the insurance exam queen. She's got the loudest, boldest colors. I mean, she's pink hair, yellow on the side hair. Like she's just so bold and so this. But there was a time when she worked in the insurance industry, and it's a very conservative industry.
Mhm,
But when she decided to do her own thing, have her own colors, be her own self, that's what one differentiated her from anyone else in the industry. But number two, she also had her unique way of helping people pass. And now 99% of the people that use her stuff pass the exam, when the real percentage is like down to 40 or 50% when they use other kind of ways to pass the exam. And that's why she's making so much money, because she's being her bold, her dynamic, her wild and crazy self, because that is who she is. And so if you're listening to this podcast and you're like, okay, I'm ready to up level, a lot of you're already at six figure, multi six figure, you're going to seven figures. Like that's who you are. You're bold, you're convicted. You're like, okay, I'm saying all the things, I'm doing all the things. There is another level. There is an amp up. And the amp up is by saying, what am I not saying? What's
mhm,
the gap in the conversation that I get to feel? Where am I a thought leader? And I'm going to stand in his and be the thought leader, because you are the person that, like, as you continue to evolve, your business has to grow. It's just going to grow because of your evolution. And a lot of you are sitting saying, oh, I'm making, 50, 60, 70, 80, $90,000 months. And it's great. And you're getting very comfortable there. We need to
mhm,
not get comfortable, because multi seven figure, eight figure, what nine figure, whatever you want is on the way for you. And what you need to do now is say, okay, where am I not pushing myself beyond the beyond? Where am I not allowing myself to say the thing that I know I get to say? Change the market, look at something differently, bring something else. Like forget about what everyone else saying. Just like Alicia said, don't look at anybody else's content. Don't look at anybody else's thing. They're doing what's best for them, what's best for you. And
mhm,
that is what I want everyone that's listening to take away. What is best for me? Like, what is me? Like, if no one was watching and I didn't care that anyone would get mad at me or wouldn't like me anymore, or maybe my family would be like, oh, how dare she? If I didn't care about any of that, if it was just me and I could just do whatever I wanted to right now, what would I do? Because it is about you. And that is the juicy sauce that people are looking for. That's the energy that people are looking to feel. When they feel that, their credit cards come out. They want to be in your energy. They want to be in your world. They want to learn whatever you have. They want your eyes on their business, or they want your eyes on their life. They want to be in your space. But you've got to decide that you are it, and you've got to decide that you can be originally you, because that is going to make the biggest difference. All
of
right.
course.
So, oh my God, there's so much that I would love to say. So, I have two questions. The
Okay.
first question is a fun question. I love entertainment. I love to call this the Woo and the Do Entertainment Podcast. I'm all about entertainment. I love Netflix. I bring all the juicy stuff into my content. And so, and people usually call those kind of things guilty pleasures.
Mhm.
I don't call it guilty pleasure. I call it the juicy fun pleasures. So if you had to think of something that people traditionally would say is a guilty pleasure, but it is a juicy fun pleasure for you, what is that?
I love to play to Sims.
Oh, I love that. The Sims.
I
I used to
love,
play The Sims.
yes, I love to play to Sims. So what is funny is I, I am not like a geek. I love to play. So I just need 1 or 2 days per month and I will play all the day. I don't care. All the day over there. I just need to have, the level that I am geeking. Because I remember what I say to my client. I say, in my sim is like my vision board. So I am playing my vision board in real life just to memorize. I say, okay, I want to have that. I want to have this. I want to have that. Because it's nice to have a vision board and you can put some picture and everything, but it's nice, for example, to play, to imagine it. For me, it's like that. I say, okay, today, if I don't have the problem of money or I just put mother mode and I put what I want. If I want to have a jacuzzi, I put a jacuzzi. If I want to have that, I put that because this is my vision board. So I say, and I start to manifest. For example, for the new theme that you have people who you are your theme. It can be, for example, a viral streamer or something like that. And playing that, my podcast right now, I have 25 download on my French podcast. And right now I start to see daily download on my English podcast. So I say, it start to manifest. So it's a new way to do manifestation. But I feel like you just find to find your own way. And I love to play Sims. Yes, I think I can do my life over there for 2 days of the month. And after I don't play, but I love just to go all the day for 2 days, play all the time, and don't talk to me, everything. I am on my Sims and that's it.
I love that. Sims is so cool. I had a client, Britt, and she is one of the people that does like Sims on TikTok. I think she's got like 30,000 followers and she shows people how to do builds and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like you gotta, she's
So,
amazing. But what I love about it is that's a beautiful way to manifest. It's like a vision board. You're living the life of I'm buying this, I'm buying that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You do the things oh my God, this could be a whole podcast. I used to love those choose your own reality, like kind of books, right? Where you can choose the
yeah.
different things that the people do. And if you play those games or do like Sims, there's things that you do in those games that you probably sometimes would be like, oh, would I do that in real life? And it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, do it in the game and do it in real life because there's a boldness about it. And sometimes you can find yourself like, oh, I wouldn't say that. So I'm going to play it safe. It's like, oh, no, no, no. Go into the game, be as bold as you can, and then bring that energy from that game
Yeah.
into your business, into your life. So I love that answer. Yes. Okay. Last question is, what do you have going on right now in your business, and what is the best place for people to find you?
Okay, so right now there are so many things is coming in my world. First of all, if you want to enter to my world, just come to my Substack. Is the best place to be. You have all the jam because you have the versions of me that I write and also what I speak. So this one is the best version. And what is very nice because you can have a chat and have the conversation with me, with other people, is really the place that I build my community because, oh my God, there's so much energy, so much conversation that we did inside that is very, very good. And I feel like building a community is so important when you want to scale, and especially if you want to scale in the long term. And if you want to work with me, so I am dropping right now my mastermind, which is 12 months. It's Limitless Legacy. This one is very the place to be if you want to build a six-figure business online. So I will give you all the foundation to be visible 10x from your dream client. I don't just talk about to be visible for the algorithm because this one we don't care because if you don't make money about that. But when you know the foundation and you know how I scale my business, even if I have less than 300 followers right now, and I am visible in different places, and I have daily lead and daily sell. Why? Because I find my way to grow my business and I will show you all the foundation how to be visible on Pinterest, how to create a big freebie that can lead you from lead. I will help you also to do some automation. And what is very important, even content and everyone, is really working on your mindset and embrace who you are to be paid to be your own truth. Because for me, it's like you already are a leader. You just need to amplify who you are and embrace who you are because I can guarantee you, you can make so much money when you are your own tool. And I say to all my clients, you can be paid to be your intro. So this one is a base place. If you want to have more information, just go to my Instagram, which is Alicia Kieko. So I know that is a French accent, but I think you will put everything. And you can have a chat with me and it will be fun. It will be so much fun because it's really about community, sorority vibes, and really build the foundation to make the six-figure empire and beyond. This one is very important. It's very beyond because you are not here to play the small game. You are not here just to sell an offer. We are just here to launch recurrent income.
I love that. Yes. And what I will do is I'll have all of those links in the show notes. So you'll be able to find Alicia and you'll be able to jump into Limitless Legacy. You'll be able to like check out the Substack and go to her Instagram. So, oh my goodness, thank you